Okay, here we go. Game number 2 of this Pod G tournament. This is the single elimination game. So welcome you back to SportingNewsCT.com. Aiden Blank hanging with you, flying solo for game number 2. Cam was off to football, so we will say goodbye to him for now. But what a great game it was in game 1 for North Haven. They came out in a 7-1 victory. And now, the big test. Winner of this game is off to Meriden and Seppa Field for the Super Regional. If you can win that, you're off to the New England Regional, as well as the State Championship Best of 3 Series. Almost ready to get things going here in game number 2 of the day. Stamford ready to get things going, and they'll lead things off with Noah Skog, then TJ Wainwright, Joseph Scarrad, Rick Gaswaldi, Joseph Gambino, Shane Hackett, Matt Wurz, Bobby Cribben, and Jaden Dawkins. They'll throw Grant Papura. Going to get the North Haven defense as we move along. North Haven's actually the home team in this game. And again, the winner to the Super Regional. Here we go. Noah Skog leads it off. The visiting Stanford squad at home here. Yeah, it's a little confusing, but we'll get to it. First pitch of game 2 today, delayed just slightly. First pitch, foul down the left field line and out of play. And we are underway with a bang here in game 2. Now a ball, the count 1-1.
Line drive.
One. This is upstairs in the count 2-1. That went in for a called strike. 2-2. To the leadoff man, Noah Skog. Led off in game 1 as well. In game 1, he didn't do so hot. Little blue fly. Caught in center by Palmer. Out number 1. Jason Massaro will throw for North Haven. First pitch to TJ Wainwright, skied in the same direction to center. And again, a fly. 2 out. That's going to bring up Joseph Scarrad. He's the catcher. He'll bat with 2 down. First pitch to him, in for a cold strike. 0-1 to the shorts to the catcher. That one misses as well. We're just waiting on the positioning of 2 more North Haven defensemen. Then we can get you the defense. That one misses. Kevin Lucy's gonna catch, and Dave Cristoforo is at first. That one in for a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 out. Just underway in game 2 from Cubetta. Swing and a fly ball to left. Under it is Silk. The inning is over. 1, 2, 3 goes post 3 in inning number 1. To the bottom of the first we go, North Haven, Stanford. The Podgy Regional here from Stamford.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veteran service organization in the nation, with 2.5 million members. And when you add to that the American Legion Auxiliary and the Sons of the American Legion, we have a family of 4 million members, working hard every day for our veterans, our youth, and our communities. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America. The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We pledge ourselves to our veterans, our youth, a strong national defense, and Americanism. These 4 pillars shape our work and what we do for America. We work relentlessly within our 4 pillars of service, and we succeed. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
The American Legion. We're veterans serving America.
We're back here on SportingNewsCT.com, your home for American Legion playoff baseball. First acts for North Haven today. Bottom of the first, ball 1. Defensively for Stanford, Dawkins, Cribb, and Gaswaldi left to right in the outfield. Misses again, the count 1-1. Wurz, Wainwright, Skaw, Gambino, same infield. Grant Papura on the mound, and Joseph Scarad behind the plate. 1-1, swinging a grounder to short, swallowed up by Wainwright. He'll go across the diamond. That's the first 4 batters of this game that have been retired. Stanford, again, as Cam mentioned in that first game, has a great defense. They just swallow those balls up like a machine on the infield. Here's Zach Pinchinse, right fielder, standing in the right side of the batter's box. And the first pitch to it. Outside corner, called strike 1. Again, we're so glad that you could be with us. After a short food break, water break, they did groom the field in between games. That another strike, and he's down 0-2. It's going to be a big pitching matchup. You got Massaro versus Papura, 2 of the best in the state. Getting the ball in what could be their team's final game. Check swing, and it misses upstairs. A ball and 2 strikes. So ready to go again. Here's the 1-2 from Papura. Swinging a little bouncer to first. Charging in, getting it is Gambino. Wins the foot race. And there are 2 away. That's going to bring up the 3-hitter, Kevin Lucy. In the first game, he singled twice, brought in a run. He was 2 for 4. He played first in the opening game. He's catching in game 2, and he takes a strike down the middle. 0-1 the count. The lefty hitting catcher digs in. The 0-1. Down Broadway, strike 2, and the count 0-2. Inside a lukewarm press box here at Cubetta Stadium. Not as warm as it was when we were here for the opening round on Saturday, as that one misses inside 1-2. Not as warm as it was on Saturday, but it's still pretty warm. The 1-2 with 2 out. Here at the bottom of the first. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A 1-2-3 inning. The first 6 batters of this game have been retired. We go to the second. We're back in a bit on SportingNewsCT.com.
The American Legion. We're veterans serving America.
Hi, this is Michael Peterson. The American Legion Legacy Scholarship Fund is the fund created by the American Legion to help ensure a college education if your parent gave their life in service of our nation. The impact of that is immeasurable, and your donation is desperately needed. Please visit us at legion.org and join me in making a generous donation today.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We believe strongly in supporting the children of America. Our youth programs include American Legion Baseball, Junior Shooting Sports, Boys and Girls State, the Oratorical Scholarship Program, Support for Scouting, and many others. We support and promote citizenship and integrity in America's future leaders. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
President Roosevelt signed the Bill of Rights.
I've always appreciated the American Legion.
My gratitude to the American Legion.
Thank you all of the American Legion.
First pitch of the second. Ball 1 to Reed Giswaldi. Ball and no strikes to the right fielder from both games. 2-0. That one misses again, so Giswaldi looking to be the first base runner on either side today, up at the count 3-0. 3-0 to leadoff batter. Walked him. No, it was a called strike. A little low, but the strike zone was widened on a 3-0 count, so now at 3-1. It's a bouncing ball to third, fielded by Cavacchiolo, and gets the out at first. And that'll bring up the 5-hitter Joseph Gambino. 7 batters in this game have been retired, and 7 batters in this game have come to the plate. Gambino, the first baseman, hitting from his left side. First pitch, in for a called strike, and he waits on it. Flying around here already in this second inning. We started the game just 14 minutes ago. Fly ball to left. Under it in the sun is Silk. 2 down. Make it 8 straight batters that have been retired as Shane Hackett, the DH, will look to break that streak and get on base. Top of the second inning. Again, Stanford is the visiting team in this game. North Haven is the home team as they were the visitors in game number 1. Winner is off to the Super Regional. They'll join Cheshire as well as Cheshire, who defeated Danbury last night, and they'll also join Hamden, who defeated Washington. Ground ball, nice stop in the hot corner, and a nice play over to first. That'll work. 15 minutes into this one, we still have no score, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base from either side. It's been 9 up and 9 down. North Haven will look to get base runners in the bottom of the second. Back in a bit on SportingNewsCT.com.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We believe strongly in supporting the children of America. Our youth programs include American Legion Baseball, Junior Shooting Sports, Boys and Girls State, the Oratorical Scholarship Program, Support for Scouting, and many others. We support and promote citizenship and integrity in America's future leaders. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to
President Roosevelt signs Bill of Rights.
I've always appreciated the American Legion.
My gratitude to the American
Thank
Legion.
you all of the American Legion.
We have millions of veterans that are members of our organization.
Thank you.
the American Legion, celebrating a legacy of service to America. Find out more at legion.com.
We're back on SportingNewsCT.com. American Legion Baseball, and we're happy to have it for you on our airwaves. Plenty of it going around. There's one game that still is yet to be played, Trumbull and Naugatuck tonight. This ball is put on blast and gone! He homered in game one, he does it in game two. David Cristoforo takes us to 1-0. Unbelievable. He hit it in almost the exact same spot in game one. The cleanup man for a reason, and the first hit of the day on either side is a home run. It was a first pitch home run too, a leadoff home run, and a first pitch home run as Ryan Sullivan takes one down low, 1 ball, no strikes. It just goes to show you that these Stanford pitchers are absolutely not superhuman. 1-1. That was a freaking blast. 1-2. To the pitcher hitting from his right side, and that can't be good. It's 2 games in a row he's homered in his leadoff at bat. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. So the second K of the night for Grant Papora. Just one hit between these two teams so far, and it's been a home run. That was unbelievable. Strike one to Daniel Canavacchiola. Third baseman also hitting from his right side. Checked his swing, and he did go, so it's very quickly 0-2. Papora's sort of working into a groove. He's working very fast on the mound, and it seemed to help him. 0-2, punched him out. Back-to-back Ks after the home run, and Cole Zelgowski will try and keep things going for North Haven here in the second inning. Again, Aiden Blank with you here on SportingNewsCT.com, just moments after a blast into the exact same spot where he hit it the first time from David Cristoforo, 1-0 North Haven. The home team in game 2. Winner is going to the Super Regional. That's ball 1. It's crazy. Cam and I were talking coming into today. Neither one of us thought that North Haven had much of a chance at beating him in 1 game, let alone 2, but here we are. North Haven is very much in this thing. 2-0 to the shortstop. In for a called strike. He is really putting his zip on that ball. You can really hear it. Bottom of the second inning, North Haven a 1-0 lead. 2-1. 3-1. Is allowed to have a bad batter or two. It's not going to make a huge difference. 3-1. Trying to get out of the inning. Swing and a miss. Full count. So as poorly as this inning started off, he's still a strike away from getting out of it with just 4 hitters coming to the plate. 3-2. Got him. That nasty curveball is just unhittable. Unless your name is David Cristoforo. His 2nd home run of the day. First in game 2. And we're back for the top of the 3rd. You're on SportingNewsCT.com.
President Roosevelt signs Bill of Rights.
I've always appreciated the American Legion.
My gratitude to the American
Thank
Legion.
you all of the American Legion.
We have millions of veterans that are members of our organization.
Thank you.
The American Legion, celebrating a legacy of service to America. Find out more at legion.com.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
but most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
You're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
You also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not gonna lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution.
Stanford down a run here in the 3rd. First batter will hit one foul down the left field line and out of play. Next batter is Matthew Wers, the 3rd baseman. In game 1, he walked, singled, and flew out. A little bit of everything in the opening game. That one misses for a ball. Ball and a strike to the righty hitting 3rd baseman. And he watches one down low, 1-2. These pitchers have really been dealing, and it's such a contrast because Massaro has gotten mostly ground outs and pop outs. In fact, he hasn't struck out a batter yet. This ball is hit in the air to center, right center, and under it is Ballmer to make the play. First out of the inning. But whereas with Papura, he struck out 4 guys. So Papura's blowing them away. They just can't hit Papura, whereas Stanford actually a little bit of hope because they're hitting Massaro. They just haven't been able to put it in spots where the defense isn't. No balls and 1 strike to the 8-hitter Bobby Cribbin. The center fielder hits one into the right center gap. First hit of the day for Stanford, and Cribbin goes to first. So Cribbin will go to first. And now the left fielder, Jaden Dawkins, we talked about it in the beginning of this game. He is an RBI machine. You put runners on base and get him up, he is going to put him, he's going to bring him in. So the left fielder batting from his right side. Very athletic stance, very calm and relaxed at the plate. Ball 1. Noah Skog, who led this game off back in the first, waits on deck. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. Stamford has put a stop to that here in the third. Check back to first, and it sails by the glove of the first baseman, Cristoforo. Off to second goes Bobby Cribben, and one hit from Dawkins can tie this game up. What should have been a routine pickoff, Cristoforo kind of got taken out at the legs. The Stanford crowd, a very vocal bunch, wanting to see a tie game here. Stanford has not been this alive all afternoon. And he takes a strike. Or was it? No, it was a ball. So 2-0. 2-0 with Cribben off second. Dawkins looking for an RBI, and he pops this one foul near side. Coming over the first baseman, Cristoforo, not going to get it. And it's out of play. Just near our camera well as well. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Runner on with 1 out here in the top of the third. No, that's right. We started at 3:56. We're not even an hour in. We're into the top of the third in a 7-inning game. And he plunked him. 2 on, 1 out, and Noah Skog, their leadoff man, is at the plate. Excellent walk-up music chosen by this Stanford bunch. Noah choosing Eminem, but plenty of other great choices from this group. And a quick talk with his manager for Noah Skog as the North Haven manager comes out to settle Massaro down, maybe give him a break in this situation. The late afternoon shadows that at one point engulfed the entire field in game 1 are now starting to really creep in over the trees. The sun's still very much in the sky. A couple of puffy clouds, but it's supposed to be a beautiful rest of this week. Can't promise anything this weekend. We're going to have to cross that bridge when we get to it. This one in the air, left center field. Silk, Balmer converging, and Silk dropped the ball! Hustling to third is Cribben. He's on his way home. The throw not in time. 1-1. Score it and E7 as Silk had it in his glove and it popped right out. And for the first time all afternoon, Stanford has got life. Runners on first and second. Dawkins off second and Skog off first. The first pitch to TJ Wainwright, swing and a miss. Wainwright, like Skog, flew to center in his opening at bat. Now we'll look for an RBI in at bat number 2. Dawkins pretty fast on second, wouldn't sleep on him. Pretty good lead, pretty good jump. This one in the air to right. Under it is Pinchinse. He makes the play. Dawkins on his horse will get to third, easily standing up. Runners on the corners now with 2 down for Joseph Skarat.
Come on, Joey.
Skog was not able to tag up because it was a fly to right. So Skog is still on first. Dawkins now on third. Skarat, who flew to left in his opening at bat, looks to change things up. Give Stanford their first lead of the afternoon. 1-1. First pitch, foul back into the backstop, and the count 0-1. Skarat hitting from his right side as he does in every at bat. In game 1, he struck out, flew out, grounded out, and then finally singled, was left on third when the game ended. Stanford at bats coming alive, and this one is ripped to center, though, and it's right at Balmer. If he had hit it in that, a little bit to the left or right, maybe that scores a run, but no. However, Stanford has to feel good. They're fighting back, and in a big way. We're tied at 1. We're going to the bottom of the third on the CT Legion Broadcast Network.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
but most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're patriots through and through. We believe in our flag and all that it stands for. Our Constitution, our Pledge of Allegiance, our way of life are all fundamental to maintaining our freedom and the standing that we have as the greatest country on earth. We promote and defend these values every day in communities across the nation. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America. The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veteran service organization in the nation, with 2.5 million members. And when you add to that the American Legion Auxiliary and the Sons of the American Legion, we have a family of 4 million members, working hard every day for our veterans, our youth, and our communities. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America. The American Legion.
First pitch of the bottom of the third, a strike. It'll be Rossi, Silk, and then the top of the order, Mason Balmer. That misses ball one. David Cristoforo has been the only one to hit so far. He hit a home run just in this previous inning. Everybody else has been retired. That one, another strike. It's 0-2. 4 of the last 5 batters have struck out, 4 of the first 7 as well. Rossi, the right-handed hitter, punched out on strikes. Scored a backwards K as he strikes out looking. And now it's 0-Silk. I tell you though, Papura is clearly the guy you wanted. And Kevin Murray may be doubting himself in the Stamford dugout. Maybe this could have been over an hour ago if he had thrown Papura in game 1. That one fouled back by 0-Silk. First time, really, in almost 5 batters anybody has made contact. But yeah, Murray must be sitting and thinking, boy, if I just thrown him in game 1, that one misses upstairs, a rare miss from Papura. And it's pretty clear that he is the guy to go. He's not getting beat easily. That one misses upstairs, so he's behind in the count for the first time today. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody on and 1 out. Bottom of the third inning, Stanford's bats just came alive as that one fouled off. Scarrad may have been a little shaken up, but he just shakes his head and he's ready to go once again. So happy you could join us here on SportingNewsCT.com. Aiden Blank with you. Cam was off to football practice in Westport. We will likely see more of him at the Super Regionals next week. Over the weekend, it starts on Saturday. Swinging a line drive back up the middle, and their second hit of the day will get their first base runner of the day as Silk trots off to first. So 0-Silk is the first North Haven batter to get a true hit. That'll reach him on base. Cristoforo technically got the first hit, but it was a home run. So here's the leadoff guy, Mason Balmer. Grounded out in his first at bat. That one misses ball 1. 5 at bats in this previous game. Struck out, flew out, grounded out, flew out again. He did single once, so he was 1 for 4 Swinging a line drive that's going to be grabbed at second. They go for one to first, and a double play. An inning-ending double play, an absolute huge blow to the North Haven offense. Stamford's going to get to debut their new bats when we get back here on SportingNewsCT.com.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
but most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
Back on SportingNewsCT.com, Aiden Blank with you. So happy you could be with us. Game 2 of the afternoon. North Haven a 7-1 victory in Game 1, and it's becoming pretty clear that this Stamford team has woken up. It really looks like two separate teams that have played. This team is not ready to go home quite yet. They got a huge summer coming in front of them. Gesualdi, Gambino, Hackett, first three up in the fourth. First pitch of ball. Afternoon shadows beginning to creep. That one creeps its way into left for a base hit. Gesualdi, who grounded out his first at bat, is now 1 for 2 on the day. You take a look, just to give you a idea of how big first baseman David Cristoforo is. He's bigger crouched down. He's almost as big as the Stamford first base coach. Crouched down. That one fouled off. Joseph Gambino standing in. Hitting from his left side. He's going up in front of the batter's box. He wants to get a nice speedy pitch and make a big connection. He will. He goes back up the middle. Back-to-back hits to start the inning for Stamford. Back-to-back hits to start the inning for post 3, and now with runners on first and second, it's Shane Hackett, the DH. Hackett flew out 3 times in the first game. He played third base. He's going to DH here, and he grounded into a fielder's choice in his first at bat. He bunts, but fouled down the third base line and out of play. Winner is off to Meriden. They'll start play Saturday with the opening round Sunday. If they lose on Saturday, Sunday will be an elimination game. If not, if they win on Saturday, then Sunday will be for a trip to the Super Regional Championship. He steps off the mound. Stamford players giving him a pretty hard time about it. Massaro under a whole lot of pressure here. Stamford really starting to hit him. This is a bunt down the third baseline. It is a beauty. They'll get him at first, but he moves the runners up, and with one out, they have a chance to take the lead.
Way to get it done, big guy.
Shane, nice job, buddy.
Way to do it.
Way to come up big.
Hackett with a sacrifice bunt moves Gambino to second, Gesualdi to third. And that's going to bring up Matthew Wirtz. Look at this Stamford dugout. They're all out there giving him a high five because they understand, yes, he was retired, but it was for a good cause. One hit from Wurz, one ball into the outfield could give him a 2-run lead. Runners on second and third. Swinging a fly ball to right. Under it is Pinchinse. He makes the catch. He's got a gun, and they cannot get him. Heck of a throw, but it was a little offline, and Stamford takes the 2-1 lead. So Stanford's in front 2-1 here in the top of the fourth inning, and that's going to bring up Bobby Cribbin. Second at bat of the day after he singled and scored one of the Stanford runs back in the third last inning. And they're going to sub the pitcher out while they can. That's the end of Massaro's day. We're going to take a short break and get you his numbers when we get back. 2-1 Stanford. You're on SportingNewsCT.com.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not gonna lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're patriots through and through. We believe in our flag and all that it stands for. Our Constitution, our Pledge of Allegiance.
Final totals for Jason Massaro: 3 2/3, 2 runs, no walks or strikeouts. Bobby Cribbin fouls it off. And a count 0-1. To Stanford's center fielder. Thanks for tuning in here on SportingNewsCT.com. North Haven, who really looked like they could beat anybody in that first game, has struggled here in game 2. We'll get you the new pitcher as well. That one misses outside. Of course, it's always helpful when you can get a full roster from the team, not just starting lineups, and that's what we've got. It's Cristoforo who comes in. He's coming in from first. No, check that. It's Nick Rossi who comes in from second. And it's a leadoff walk. Now Jaden Dawkins, who got hit by a pitch in his first at-bat, was stranded on third last inning, has a chance to score a run. Drive one in at least. So Rossi's now on the mound, and we're going to find out who's at second in just a second. Dawkins takes ball 1. Still can't fully see the number of the second baseman. Here it comes. This is upstairs, a ball and a strike. Let's go. 1-1. Called strike, 2-1. Dawkins in game 1 struck out twice and singled. So he's 1 for 3 in that game, 1 for 3 in the day as well. Check back to first. This Stanford dugout, we were talking in between innings, this Stanford team, you just can't give them a lead because they get so excited and they get so confident. They play so much better ahead. That's a ball and a clean steal. Puts runners on second and third. Cribben on second, Gambino on third. And Dawkins takes a strike. Full count.
Right here, Jay. Come on, man.
Count is full to the left fielder. Everybody playing at normal depth except for the middle infielders. They're back. Fouls one off. Full count, 2 on, 2 out. Big chance for Jaden Dawkins. The left fielder will step out of the box very quickly. Dawkins with an RBI opportunity, maybe 2 if he's lucky. Payoff pitch. Little nubber. Giving chase is Cristoforo, but it gets beyond his reach. That's number 5 playing second base, Ryan Sullivan. So the pitcher from game 1, who pitched so well, is now coming to play second. And obviously Rossi on the mound. Payoff pitch. Miss ball 4 and the bases are loaded. Back-to-back walks puts Dawkins on first, Cribben on second, Gambino on third. And it's the leadoff man, Noah Skog. Reached on an error in his previous at-bat, flew to center in his opening at-bat, and he's doing the same in his third at-bat. North Haven gets lucky, it was only 1 run. But clearly this is a team from Stamford that's gonna score runs. North Haven will try to score some of their own. We're back in a bit on SportingNewsCT.com.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
But most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not gonna lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're patriots through and through. We believe in our flag and all that it stands for. Our Constitution, our Pledge of Allegiance, our way of life are all fundamental to maintaining our freedom and the standing that we have as the greatest country on earth. We promote and defend these values every day in communities across the nation. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Back on SportingNewsCT.com, Aiden Blank, so happy to have you with us. 2, 3, 4, the guys you want up. Due up for North Haven. Squaring the bunt and pulling it back is Zach Pinchinse. Ball 1. Batting from the right side. Grounded out to third in his first at bat. Now takes a strike and is even 1-1 in at bat number 2. Bottom of the 4th inning. Swing and a miss. It's always nasty when you can throw speed and fastballs like that and then maybe mess them up with a curveball or an off-speed pitch. Swinging out of his shoes. The 1-2. Fastball missed outside. 2-2. He's a able to miss a few times because he has a little bit of leeway because his pitches are so perfect normally. A little grounder to second. Wainwright on one hop gets it. Throw to first a little offline, but Gambino stretches. One down.
Way to be tall.
It's going to bring up Kevin Lucy, the catcher who struck out in his first at-bat. North Haven, not a lot to be happy about right now. That home run from Cristoforo, all they got. He's due up next. It's a strike. He's on deck. So they could really, the guy that you need coming up is coming up. One in for a cold strike. 0-2. Big chance for Papura to get 2 quick outs. Misses inside. Trying to work him off the plate. Papura's really got some great location. Little ground ball to second, having a tough time with it was Skog. It was hit so hard, he tried to knock it down. It's an E4. And Lucy reaches. So now David Cristoforo, if he can do what he did in his last at-bat, they'll take the lead 3-2. At this point, there really should be no reason to pitch to him. They intentionally walked him in game 1. They threw to him, and in the first pitch he saw of game 2, he hit it out. And this one is drilled, but not quite deep enough in the air to left center, and is caught. It's got to give Papura some confidence. He won't have to face Cristoforo for a while. That's the guy that's going to score runs for you and get hits, and he just couldn't. He hit it hard, but when you hit it to center, it's got to be really, really, really deep. So that's going to bring up Ryan Sullivan. And the first pitch to him is in for a called strike. Sullivan hitting from his right side, and his opening at bat, he struck out. He was the pitcher in game 1. Now he plays second. He was brought in as a substitute. Papura hanging on for just a sec. Should be ready to go momentarily. The 0-1 with 2 out. Called strike, 0-2. And he's a strike away from getting out of the inning. Would be the first inning he's thrown where he has not struck out a batter if he cannot get one here. That's a base hit. Nice stroke for Sullivan. North Haven getting a little bit adjusted to Papura, but again, they're still very much behind on these pitches as the 6th hitter Daniel Canavacchiolo will stand in. Stamford with a pair of runs in the 3rd and 4th. North Haven got theirs on a homer in the 2nd. In for a called strike. 0-1. Third baseman for North Haven, batting from his right side. Back of the batter's box. Check to swing. It is a called strike in the count, 0-2.
Here we go.
0-2 on its way. Looking for a big strikeout. Checks the runner on second. The 0-2. Time called. Swing.
Get it, go get it!
And a blooper into center and a diving catch by Cribben. What a play to end the inning. And Stanford can score some more. We're to the 5th. Here on SportingNewsCT.com.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
but most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not gonna lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American.
What a beautiful afternoon it is here at Stamford's Cubetta Stadium. Can you think of a better place to hold a game of this magnitude? One team will have their season ended today, falling just a game short of the Super Regional. And on the opposite end, one team is going to keep their season going. Stanford was the 1 seed in this tournament, still are. Defeated Orange and then North Haven to get to this spot. They lost to North Haven 7-1 in game 1, so they're playing right now. And the first pitch is driven to center off the bat of Wainwright, but caught by Balmer for the first out. Wainwright's now flew out 3 times. 0 for 3 is really not an accurate description of what he has done. He has hit it really hard today. Joseph Skarad will stand in. Breaking news from Major League Baseball, Troy Tulowitzki is retired. So a happy retirement to him, the former Colorado Rockies and New York Yankees star. He's been playing for a long time, but he is calling it quits. Saw a video the other day, he hit a home run in his rehab games, but clearly he was not ready to come back from that injury. So he is officially retired. There's a strike to Skarad. Catcher hitting from his right side. 0-2. Misses high, 1-2.
Hey, Joe!
A ball and 2 strikes to the righty hitting catcher. Standing back in the batter's box, has done an impeccable job behind the plate today, and now will force his catching counterpart, Lucy, to throw him out at first. That is the strikeout. He's 0 for 3 as well. 2 flyouts and a strikeout, and that's going to bring up Reed Gaswaldi. Grounded out to third and scored a run back in the 4th on a single, so he's 1 for 2. Cleanup man for Stanford. The right fielder back in the righty's batter's box and swings at a high fastball 0-1. 2 out in the inning. Quickest inning that Rossi has thrown any North Haven pitcher has thrown so far. First full inning for Rossi. In for a called strike, 0-2. So clearly Rossi, although he did walk the first 2 batters he faced last inning, has cooled down and has become pretty effective. That one barely missed. Wainwright flew out, Skarad struck out. 2 out here in the 5th. Swinging a grounder to short, picked up on a few hops, and Zelgowski can't make the play. They'll give him an infield single as he was forced to eat it. That's gonna bring up Joseph Gambino. First baseman batting from his left side. Pretty intimidating figure physically in the batter's box. He's a big guy. And he takes the ball upstairs, a ball and no strikes. So happy you could be with us for Game 2 on SportingNewsCT.com. Hopefully you were with us for Game 1. If not, it is available on replay. Just head on over to the videos section if you're on a laptop. Or if you're on a mobile device, click Uploads. And you're on the home page. Swing and a miss. 1-1. We will have complete coverage of the rest of the Pod Championships today, including trouble in their game later tonight against Naugatuck. Check back to first. And of course, we'll have complete coverage of the Super Regionals, North and South. The North at South Windsor, the South at Meriden. Winner of this is off to the South. That one misses. 2-1. And of course, all three games, should they be played, all games of the state tournament at 19, 17, and 15U. Pretty easy inning, 1, 2, 3. Well, 1, 2, 3, except for the Gambino hit. We roll along here at Cubetta Stadium, bottom of the fifth, up next on SportingNewsCT.com.
Hi, this is Michael Peterson. The American Legion Legacy Scholarship Fund is the fund created by the American Legion to help ensure a college education if your parent gave their life in service of our nation. The impact of that is immeasurable, and your donation is desperately needed. Please visit us at legion.org and join me in making a generous donation today.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We believe strongly in supporting the children of America. Our youth programs include American Legion Baseball, Junior Shooting Sports, Boys and Girls State, the Oratorical Scholarship Program, Support for Scouting, and many others. We support and promote citizenship and integrity in America's future leaders. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
President Roosevelt signed the Bill of Rights.
I've always appreciated the American Legion.
My gratitude to the American Legion.
Thank you all of the American Legion.
We have millions of veterans that are members of our organization.
Thank you.
The American Legion, celebrating a legacy of service to America. Find out more at legion.org.
Thursday afternoon here from Cubetta Stadium, Game 2. Cole Zaglowski leads things off with a bouncing ball in front of the plate, sliding to get it, and making a terrific play is Joey Starrad. Wow. That's how you make a play. He slid to get it and threw him out at first. So Starrad retires the first batter. And that's going to bring up Nick Rossi, the now pitcher. Started the game at second base. And the first pitch to him from Papora. Swing and a line drive. Base hit. He'll help himself out. They're going to try and throw him out at first. They cannot. Nearly hit him in the head. Good effort, though, from Reed Giswaldi. He has a cannon out there. But Rossi will help himself out with a base hit. There is a pitch limit. It is 85. They do not have a pitch counter up here. Grant Papora is going to have to be aware of that. Although I'm sure Matt Tiplady or another Stamford bullpen member would be happy to come in and close this thing down. Here's Owen Silk, the left fielder, singled in his opening at bat and takes a strike 0-1 in bat number 2.
Come on, baby.
He hasn't been striking many players out now. Papora came out fireballing. Remember, he struck out 5 of his first 8. Throw down to first. Oh, they almost had him. That was a really good look, and they almost had him. But they couldn't quite get him. 1-1. But he hasn't struck out a batter since Rossi back in the 3rd. It's the bottom of the 5th inning. This game has been really moving along. Infield at normal depth. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. It's 1-2. No, it wasn't. Scoreboard was wrong. That's why you don't trust the scoreboard. He strikes out Silk. And that's going to bring up Mason Balmer. Balmer, the center fielder, grounded to short in his first at-bat and grounded into a double play in his second at-bat. So not only is he 0 for 2, but he's really halted a couple of rallies. For a cold strike, 0-1.
Come on now. Okay, Grant.
The 0-1. Swing and a line drive, base hit out on Dawkins and left. It's the first time North Haven's gotten a real rally in this ball game. And it's a 2-out rally. Rossi goes to second, Balmer to first. That's going to bring up Zach Pinchinse.
Here, G, come on. Come on, G.
Pinchinse's also grounded out twice, to first, back in the first, and to short, back in the 3rd, and he takes some chin music, ball 1. Again, so happy you could join us here on SportingNewsCT.com. Aiden Blank, happy to have you along for the ride. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Crowd a lot more vocal than they were in game 1. Obviously, this much more implications for not for Stamford, but for North Haven. Now they're 1 win away. Both teams now 1 loss away, though. They're on equal footing. That a strike.
Hey, kid, in control. Come on. Best pitch right here. Come on. Go, Grant.
1-2. Swing and a grounder. Nice play at 3rd. They go for 1. That's all they'll need. And we go to the 6th. Boy, is this game moving along. A little after 5 o'clock on this Thursday evening. Stamford 2, North Haven 1.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veteran service organization in the nation, with 2.5 million members. And when you add to that the American Legion Auxiliary and the Sons of the American Legion, we have a family of 4 million members, working hard every day for our veterans, our youth, and our communities. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America. The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We pledge ourselves to our veterans, our youth, a strong national defense, and Americanism. These 4 pillars shape our work and what we do for America. We work relentlessly within our 4 pillars of service, and we succeed. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
But we go to the top of the 6th. Stamford really in trouble, and that's going to make them, well, in trouble in terms of they're about to run out of Purpura. A fly out to start the inning as Cristoforo makes the play. Shane Hackett was the leadoff man, and that means Matthew Wurz is up next. A couple of flyouts for him. He's not been too productive today, ball 1, but that can all change right now. Good crowd on hand here at Cubetta Stadium, the home of lots of baseball, 1-1 for since last weekend. All week they've had the Babe Ruth 13 and under New England Regionals, 1-2. And they've, of course, also had last weekend 2 games of this, and now 2 more games of this here on Thursday. This game originally supposed to be played yesterday, but rain. That's an error at third as Canavacchiolo can't make the play. It's going to bring up the 8-hitter Bobby Cribbin. Cribbin not the biggest guy on the field, but absolutely can rip one. Takes fastball upstairs, a ball, no strikes. 2 runs, 3 hits, an error for Stamford. 1 run, 4 hits, 3 errors for North Haven. That one misses. 1 ball, 2 balls and no strikes. Stamford has the potential to be the first of possibly 2 Zone 4 teams to make it to the Super Regionals. That one misses again. 3-0. Could be them, and then Trouble is going to try and win 2 today against Naugatuck. And if both those things can happen, it may end up that those 2 actually meet in the opening round. We're going to have to check on that. It could be Trouble versus Stamford. We're going to have to find out. It's a 3-0 count to Cribbin, 1 down in the inning. That one in for a called strike, 3-1. Very generous call. The seeds have not been released yet, so we won't know, but we could see 2 teams from Zone 4 meet. Bouncing ball foul. Right through the wickets of the first base coach.
Got the Rolex I gave you? Go, Crib!
Full count, and the payoff pitch fouled off. Back behind the plate to a waiting fan.
Go, Crib!
3-2, 1 out. Payoff pitch with the man on first. Runner goes. It is ball 4. Was it? Yes, it was. Cribbin waited a little longer than expected in the box, but no. He'll get on, and Wurz will go to second. It's going to bring up the 9-hitter, Jaden Dawkins. Top of the 6th. Stanford in very good shape. They just need a couple extra runs to help him out. Games on Saturday and Sunday will be at 1 and 4 from Meriden. Then Monday at 6:30 is an elimination game.
Ball 4. It's 3-0.
That was ball 4. Now the umpires are conferring, and it was. As I said, Monday 6:30, that's an elimination game, and then the championship will be Tuesday at 6:30 and Wednesday at 6:30, depending on how things shape up. Dawkins hasn't had an RBI all day. What can he do? He bunts it. Did he bunt it off himself? He did. So it is a foul ball, strike one. Trumbull and Naugatuck got going there at 3:30. Foul ball. Hamden, they beat Washington. That was yesterday. Cheshire beat Danbury. So Cheshire and Hamden have punched their tickets. Down to 4 teams left to punch their ticket as well. Trumbull, Naugatuck, North Haven, and Stamford all vying for 2 final spots. Did he hit him? He did. And Dawkins all too happy to trot down to first. Bases are now loaded. Here is Noah Skalk. 2 flyouts. And reached on an air as well. And the North Haven head coach coming out to talk to the home plate umpire.
Gotta see a line drive through.
So we'll resume play now. It's the leadoff man, Scar. Bases loaded. With Wars on third, Cribbin on second, Dawkins on first. Here we go. Ball 1. One hit could blow this game totally open. It's going to be up to Stanford's bullpen to try and shut him down. North Haven's down to their last 6 outs as it is. And a pitching change. Yes. So, we're going to find out where everybody's off to now. Off to second again goes Sullivan. No, goes the pitcher Rossi. We're going to take a short break here on SportingNewsCT.com.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veteran service organization in the nation, with 2.5 million members. And when you add to that the American Legion Auxiliary and the Sons of the American Legion, we have a family of 4 million members, working hard every day for our veterans, our youth, and our communities. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America. The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We pledge ourselves to our veterans, our youth, a strong national defense, and Americanism. These 4 pillars shape our work and what we do for America. We work relentlessly within our 4 pillars of service, and we succeed. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
the American Legion. We're veterans serving America.
Hi, this is Michael Peterson. The American Legion Legacy Scholarship Fund is the fund created by the American Legion to help ensure a college education if your parent gave their life in service of our nation. The impact of that is immeasurable.
Lots of defensive substitutions. We're not sure of all of them, but we're sure of that. 3-1 to Stamford. 3-1 in the top of the 6th, and Zach Pinchese is pitching now. Was Matthew Wurz trotting home? 3-0 to Noah Skog. 2 flyouts, and he reached on an error. Cribbin on second, Dawkins on third, and it's ball 4. He's going to bring out TJ Wainwright. He's also over 3. He's got a couple of flyouts to his name. First pitch, swing and a miss. Stamford 3, North Haven 1. We're glad to have you with us. 2 on. Swing and a pop fly. And did he make the catch? He did. Tagging and thrown out at home. Whoa. Talk about a stroke of good luck. North Haven had 2 on and 1 out, and they get a DP to end the inning. No reason you could have, no way you could have expected that to happen. Another quick break, and we're back in a bit.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veteran service organization in the nation, with 2.5 million members. And when you add to that the American Legion Auxiliary and the Sons of the American Legion, we have a family of 4 million members, working hard every day for our veterans, our youth, and our communities. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America. The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We pledge ourselves to our veterans, our youth, a strong national defense, and Americanism. These 4 pillars shape our work and what we do for America. We work relentlessly within our 4 pillars of service, and we succeed. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Stamford are 6 outs away from a win. North Haven trying to claw their way back into this thing. 3, 4, 5 due up in the inning. Lucy, Cristoforo, and Sullivan. 0-1 to the leadoff man, Kevin Lucy. I don't think he was the catcher anymore. It seemed to me that Cristoforo is behind the backstop. That one fouled off 0-2. But regardless, he's hitting from his left side. Taps the far and near sides of the plate. And the 0-2 with nobody on. 1-2. Papora's got to be near that pitch count limit. Question is, who do you replace him with? He has won in this game if they do win. Fly ball, right field, tough play. Gesualdi could not get there. One of the best efforts we've seen all afternoon, and he can't get there.
Hey, way to go get it, Joe. Good try, Reed. Good hustle, man. Nice effort, G.
Ball, 2 strikes. Trying to strike him out now. Oh. It's about as close as you can get to a strike without actually throwing one. 2-2.
Come on, let's get him now.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A big leadoff strikeout for Grant Papora. His first since Silk last inning. That's going to bring up David Cristoforo. I believe he is now catching. Ball 1 down low. Hey, don't forget, we've got American Legion Baseball all the way up until the World Series. We've got all the way through the New England Regional. Can't wait for that. Swing and a miss. To the big guy who homered back in the second. Brought North Haven their only run of the day. One of 5 hits for them as well. We've got the Super Regionals coming up all the way through possibly Wednesday next week. It'd be a ball, a strike, and an out. Big shift. And he flies and singles to right center. That'll bring up Ryan Sullivan. 1 on and 1 out, trying to get it away from the shift. Trying to get it away from the middle of the infield because they could easily spin 2. They have before. Did it on Mason Balmer back in the third. First pitch strike, 0-1. Shadows consuming a little over a quarter of the field. Most of the field, though, still in the sun. Misses outside. Ball striking it out. And a base runner to go along with it. The 1-1. In for a called strike, and now it's 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a fly ball deep. Under it is Gesualdi. 2 down. Two out. Here's Daniel Canavacchiola. And the first pitch to him. Strike 1. Now he fouls one off. Oh, and 2. The 0-2 pitch. Missed upstairs, 1 and 2. One and 2 with 2 out and 1 on first. Check to swing. He got him. Stamford's 3 outs away from a trip to Meriden. They're going to get a chance to add on some more runs when we get back here on SportingNewsCT.com.
The American Legion. We're veterans serving America.
Hi, this is Michael Peterson. The American Legion Legacy Scholarship Fund is the fund created by the American Legion to help ensure a college education if your parent gave their life in service of our nation. The impact of that is immeasurable, and your donation is desperately needed. Please visit us at legion.org and join me in making a generous donation today.
Possibly only 6 outs left in this ball game as we welcome you back to Cubetta Stadium. Final line for Nick Rossi. We didn't get you that earlier. He goes 3 innings. A run, a hit, 5 walks, and a strikeout. 5 walks is really what jumps out to you. You walk 5 batters. So that's going to bring up the leadoff man, Joseph Skarad, the 3-hitter. First pitch, he had to turn on it. Ball 1. Stamford looking to bring some life back to this Cubetta Stadium audience before they take the field next inning and look to punch a ticket to the Super Regionals in Meriden over the weekend. First game Saturday. If you win, you're playing on Sunday for a trip to the final. If you lose, you're playing on Sunday in an elimination game. That's a strike. Two-one. Swing and a foul ball. Skip by the on-deck hitter for Stanford, Joey Skarad. I beg your pardon, Ricky Swaldy. Almost took out his feet. Big pitch for Skarad. Here's the 2-2. North Haven trying to just get out of this. That's good. Strike 3. A good start for North Haven, who's going to need a lot of help. It's going to bring up Ricky Swaldy. Ball 1. Good vocal crowd here at Cubetta. One of the great places to watch a baseball game. Ball one. Loser will have their season come to an end. A very disappointing one as well. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Here's the 2-1. 3-1. Late afternoon baseball here at Cubetta. Busy last couple of days between rainouts and semifinal games last night at the Babe Ruth New England Regional. That's ball four. So a walk for Reed. He singled twice and grounded out and now walked. It's going to bring up Joseph Gambino. He's singled, flown out, and grounded out. Look to keep this one-out rally going. Ball in for a called strike, 0-1.
Say, Joe.
Here you go, Joe. Come on, Joe. Hit it to Coke. Come on.
Ball one.
Come on, Joe. Come on out.
Gambino standing in. Looking for a good pitch. Check back to first. Nothing going over there for Giswaldi. Here's the 1-1. There's a ball.
I look at it as almost like a construction defect or kind of rating or whatever it is, because you can't pinpoint when you turn.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on first. Ball 2.
Hey, Joe.
Joe, he doesn't want to come into you, Joey. Give it a rip.
To me, like, you got to
A quick check out on the mound.
Kind of tie them together. 2 or 3 years unallows.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on first. Stanford in an elimination game, leading 3-1. First elimination game they played all year. First time it's really been do or die. They've been so good that they really haven't had to face this much, which is a very good thing. But it's also good to have an experience like this once in a while where you are right up against the wire. And it is the end, do or die time. That one line to left. Good catch by Silk for the out. So with 2 out, it's going to bring up Shane Hackett. DH today. Grounded out twice and had a sac bunt. And the first pitch. Check to swing and is strike 1.
Go, Shane.
I'm away a couple days.
That one misses. A check down. He did not go. So the count 1-1.
If I get any other questions, any questions, interest levels. Not PCR questions. I think I have most of it. Pretty straightforward stuff. 7 years of loss.
That's a strike, and now it's 1-2. They're a strike away from getting back in the dugout. Getting their last chance.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, I'll be online the whole time, including
The 1-2. Swing and a grounder to third, but it skips by Canavacchiola. Base hit for Hackett.
Attaboy, Shane!
job, Jay.
That's going to bring up Matt Wurz. Cracked in the air, a deep fly ball to left, but Silk's under it to make the catch. So this is it. North Haven's got to put at least 2 up. If they put up more than 2, they win the game, but they have to put up at least 2 to keep their season alive. Can they? We're going to find out. Pod G Championship game here on SportingNewsCT.com.
The American Legion. We're veterans serving America.
This is it. Do or die time for North Haven. Down to their final 3 outs of the season. They won game 1 to keep their season alive, but now in game 2 they're trailing by 2. And Grant Papora will get the ball, at least for now. He could be taken out, depending on if he's able to stay under the pitch limit or not. It's going to be the last 3 hitters in the North Haven order. Zelgowski, Rossi, and Silk. First, it's Cole Zelgowski, the shortstop. Kicks some dirt around in the batter's box, standing back on the right side. Winner is off to Meriden to play Saturday in the opening round of the Super Regional Strike 1. That is the Southern Super Regional, a possibility of meeting Hamden, Cheshire, Trumbull, or Naugatuck. That one in for a called strike. Hamden and Cheshire have both clinched their spots. Naugatuck needs just 1 win over Trumbull. Trumbull needs to win 2 over Naugatuck. Swing and a miss. And a very, very easy 3-pitch strikeout to start the inning. Zelgowski with his 2nd strikeout of the day. And now here's Nick Rossi. Singled and struck out, he's 1 for 2. And in his 3rd at bat, the first pitch. Ball 1, barely missed inside, and a lot of gasps from the Stanford crowd. A Stanford crowd that is going to go nuts if they can get these final 2 outs without giving up 2 runs. That one fouled back in again. He's battling in this count. It's 1-1. Give North Haven credit. They have not lied down to a Stanford team that is so much better than just about everybody they played. It's count 1-2. But it looks like they're going to fall just short. They need a miracle. Swing and a line drive up the middle. So yes, they get a run on, but now they got to get it out of the infield and away from the infielders. Nice little base hit. Rossi's 2 for 3 today. Now Owen Silk trying to avoid the double play. The infield is at double play depth, as you might assume. On first, Gambino holds the runner on. Wurz playing in at 3rd, ball 1. The middle infielders, Wainwright and Skog, playing back. Looking to get a ground ball to end this thing. Silk, the left fielder, midway up in the righty's batter's box. Swinging a foul ball. Now it's 1-1. For Stamford, 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error. For North Haven, 1 run on 6 hits, 4 errors. So North Haven has actually out-hit Stamford. But Stamford has had some really hard hits. That one a strike. He's a strike away from getting his second out. Papura's still going strong. Bottom of the 7th. And the 1-2. Swing and a bouncing ball foul down the third baseline, out of play. So we'll do it all over again. A lot of pressure on the batter, Owen Silk. If he can get it to the top of the order, Mason Balmer, who's made contact but did ground into a double play earlier in this game. 1-2 again. Misses. 2-2 to the dismay of the Stanford audience. 2-2. 1 on, 1 out. 2 more and Stanford's off to the Super Regional. Runner goes, it's fouled off again. Both Papura and Silk refusing to give up any ground in this battle. 2-2. Winds and delivers. Full count. He does not want to lose him, although it would make the infield's job a lot easier to turn a double play, but he doesn't want to walk him. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And North Haven's down to their final out of this season after a crushing strikeout. Silk battled, but 2 of the first 3 to reach the plate in this inning have struck out. And now Mason Balmer is the last chance. The first pitch to him is strike 1. Remember, Stamford came here last year. They hosted in Pod G, and they lost 2 games in a row, and they were done. A favorite to win this state tournament. They were so upset to lose that game and be eliminated just like that. And now, their theme this year has been refuse to lose. Their theme this year has been refuse to lose, and now they're 1 strike away from doing just that. They fell in game 1. What do they do in game 2? They win. It's a ball to the backstop. The throw to first, not in time. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. They were this close. They were ridiculously close, but no. It still counts as a strikeout. Balmer reaches first. And now it's Zach Pinchinse to try and keep it going. Keep in mind, Pinchinse is the winning run for North Haven. The tying run stands at first. And being this the bottom of the 7th, North Haven being the home team, if Pinchinse crosses the plate, they win the game. First pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1. Pinchinse has grounded out 3 times today. He's 0 for 3. Grounded out in the 1st, 4th, and 5th. Looking to avoid that same fate here in the 7th and get on base. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a fly ball. This is going to be a tough play, but Gambino's got it. Their theme this year has been refuse to lose, and that's exactly what they've done. Stanford is the 3rd team off to Meriden for the Southern Super Regional. Grant Papura was unbelievable after North Haven came up with a huge victory in game 1. Stanford returned the favor in the back end of a doubleheader. North Haven's season ends 3-1 at the hands of what I would believe to be the best team in Connecticut. So congratulations, Stamford. North Haven had a heck of a season too. But Stanford's will continue. So we now know it'll be Stanford, Hamden, and Cheshire, along with either Trumbull or Naugatuck, to open things up in the Southern Super Regional in Meriden on Saturday. Not much more to say. The win's going to go to Grant Papora. The loss is actually going to go to Jason Massaro. He gave up 2 of the 3 runs. And that's how it will end. Congratulations, Stanford. They're going to keep playing. Good luck to North Haven the rest of the way in the offseason, and we hope to see them back next year. This is a program that absolutely will be back in the future. So for our entire crew here at Cubetta Stadium, thanks for hanging with us for a good part of your Thursday afternoon. Stanford falls in game 1, but picks themselves up and wins game 2. They will play in the Southern Super Regional. It will be live on SportingNewsCT.com. Again, for our entire crew at Cubetta, Stanford 3, North Haven 1. I'm Aiden Blank. Have a great rest of your afternoon, everybody.